Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive into one of the most scandalous stories to hit the NBA in recent years. It all started with a bettor who hit the jackpot, but as the saying goes, what goes up must come down. And boy, did it come crashing down for Jontay Porter. DraftKings sent an email to its customers announcing that the biggest winner from the previous night was a bettor who had wagered on Jontay Porter's unders. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who the heck is Jontay Porter? Well, let me tell you, this guy was about to become a household name, but not for the right reasons. This savvy gambler placed an astonishing 6-play parlay bet of $80,000 on Porter's unders, resulting in a staggering payout of $1.1 million. Now, hold on to your seats, because this was particularly unusual. As if the first win wasn't enough, the betting community was rocked again on March 20th, when Jontay Porter's unders emerged victorious once more. This time, the stakes were even higher, and the unusual betting patterns caught the attention of sportsbooks, prompting them to alert the NBA about potential foul play. The league quickly initiated an investigation into Porter's betting activities, focusing on the strange coincidences surrounding his performance in games. When reviewing game footage, nothing seemed particularly out of the ordinary at first glance. However, some observers began to scrutinize his actions more closely. One notable incident involved a banked three-pointer that some claimed he intentionally tried to miss, leading to speculation about his intentions. The pivotal moment came at the end of one quarter, when Porter, wearing number 34 in gold, found himself in a prime position to grab a rebound. However, instead of seizing the opportunity, he tapped the ball to a teammate. This was particularly alarming because it was his third rebound of the game, and the total was set at 4.5. Immediately after this peculiar play, Porter was seen signaling to coaches, claiming he had re-aggravated an eye injury. Curiously, he had not sustained any visible injury during the game and was not listed on the injury report prior to tip-off. As the investigation progressed, it became evident that this was not an isolated incident. Reports indicated that there were numerous attempts to place bets on Porter's performance, particularly against the Clippers. The mechanics of this alleged scheme appeared simple yet effective. If one person made a large bet, it would raise red flags. However, if multiple smaller bets were placed across various sportsbooks, it would be less likely to attract scrutiny. This method allowed for a more discreet approach to betting, and it seemed that he had successfully navigated this system, at least for a time. As a player on a two-way contract with the Toronto Raptors, he earned $415,000 per year. While this is a substantial sum, it pales in comparison to the contracts of his peers, particularly his brother Michael Porter Jr., who recently signed a $179 million deal. This financial disparity may have made Porter more susceptible to outside influences, including potential offers from individuals looking to exploit his position in the league. The NBA's collective bargaining agreement, also known as the CBA, explicitly prohibits players from wagering on games, directly or indirectly. The penalties for such violations are severe, ranging from fines and suspensions to lifetime bans, all at the discretion of the commissioner. On April 16th, the NBA announced that Jontay Porter had been banned for life due to his violations of league gambling rules. The investigation revealed that he had disclosed confidential health information to an individual he knew to be a bettor, which led to an $80,000 parlay bet placed on his underperformance in the March 20th game. Porter played only 3 minutes in that game, claiming illness, which raised further suspicions about his integrity. In total, he had placed at least 13 bets on NBA games using an associate's online betting account, with wagers ranging from $15 to $22,000. His total betting activity amounted to over $54,000, with net winnings of nearly $22,000. Notably, none of these bets involved games in which he played, but 3 bets included multi-game parlays that featured his team losing. This case serves as a cautionary tale for athletes navigating the complex world of sports betting. As the NBA continues to investigate the implications of this scandal, the potential for similar incidents looms large. If a high-profile player were ever implicated, the fallout could be catastrophic for the league's reputation. This saga highlights the delicate balance between sports and gambling, raising questions about the regulatory framework in place to protect both the players and the integrity of the game. As the dust settles, the NBA will undoubtedly take steps to ensure that such violations are dealt with swiftly and decisively, reinforcing the message that integrity in sports is non-negotiable. The league's ability to monitor betting patterns has become increasingly sophisticated since the legalization of sports betting, allowing for the detection of suspicious activity that might have gone unnoticed in the past. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, has long been a proponent of legalizing sports betting, believing that bringing it out of the shadows would allow for better monitoring and regulation. In a 2014 statement, he emphasized the importance of protecting the integrity of professional basketball and preserving public confidence in the league and the sport. However, the recent events surrounding this situation have put Silver's beliefs to the test. The commissioner's decision to ban Porter sends a clear message. The NBA will not tolerate any actions that compromise the integrity of its competition. The NBA is not the only league grappling with gambling-related controversies. Recently, Major League Baseball has faced its own issues, notably involving superstar Shohei Ohtani. Reports emerged that Ohtani had sent $1 million to an illegal bookie, which his representatives initially claimed was to cover losses incurred by his interpreter. However, the story quickly unraveled, revealing that Ohtani himself had logged onto the account to transfer the funds. This situation has raised eyebrows, as it poses serious legal implications for the baseball star, including potential fines, suspensions, or even deportation. The stark contrast between how the NBA and the MLB are handling these scandals is noteworthy. While the NBA appears to be taking a firm stance on gambling violations, Major League Baseball seems hesitant to impose severe penalties on its biggest stars, which could lead to accusations of hypocrisy. This inconsistency in enforcement may further complicate the public's perception of the integrity of both leagues. Gambling scandals are not new to sports. Basketball has a history of dealing with such issues, dating back to the 1950s and 60s, when point-shaving scandals plagued the college game. In Europe, gambling has been legal for years, and the most significant scandal occurred in 2009, involving around 200 players across 9 countries rigging games. However, the high-profile nature of the NBA and its players makes it particularly vulnerable to scrutiny. Porter's situation highlights a critical vulnerability. Fringe players like him, who earn significantly less than their superstar counterparts, may be more susceptible to outside influences. Criminal organizations often target these players, knowing they might be more willing to compromise their integrity for financial gain. This reality raises questions about how the NBA can protect its players and the game itself from such threats. As the league moves forward, it must address the regulatory framework surrounding sports betting. Silver has acknowledged the need for improvements, stating that while legal sports betting creates transparency that helps identify suspicious activity, it also raises important issues about the types of bets offered on games and players. The league will need to work closely with stakeholders to ensure that the integrity of the game is upheld and that players are educated about the risks associated with gambling. The Jontay Porter scandal serves as a wake-up call for the NBA and other professional sports leagues. As gambling becomes increasingly integrated into the fabric of sports, the potential for abuse will only grow. The leagues must take proactive steps to safeguard its integrity, ensuring that incidents like this do not tarnish the overall reputation of the games. The stakes are high, and the consequences of inaction could be dire for the future of sports as a whole. That's all for this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.